Welcome back to the AnzenGuard podcast, the show that helps you navigate the sometimes murky waters of online security.
Murky is right.
I'm your host, Michael Reynolds, and I'm really excited about our deep dive today.
Me too.
We're tackling a question that's probably crossed all of our minds at some point.
At least once.
Are free VPNs really free?
I'm Laura Wilson, and I'll be your guide through the fascinating world of VPNs, both free and paid.
We'll be looking at the risks involved with using free VPNs so you can make informed choices about your online privacy and security.
That's right.
Because everyone loves a good deal, and let's face it, who hasn't been tempted by the idea of getting something for nothing?
Oh, absolutely.
But when it comes to something as important as your online security, we need to take a closer look at what's really going on behind the scenes.
Yeah. Before we get into the potential pitfalls, let's make sure everyone understands what a VPN does in the first place.
Right.
In simple terms, a VPN creates an encrypted tunnel for your internet traffic, which masks your IP address and makes it harder for others to track you online.
So it's like sending your internet activity through a secret coded pathway, making it much harder for anyone to see what you're doing or where you're going.
Exactly.
Kind of like a digital invisibility cloak.
That's a great way to put it, and that anonymity is really appealing for a lot of reasons.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Maybe you're using public Wi-Fi at a coffee shop and don't want anyone snooping on your data.
Right.
Or perhaps you want to access geo-blocked content while traveling.
Okay, so I can see why free VPNs would be super tempting in those situations.
Sure.
But here's where my inner skeptic kicks in. As they say, there's no such thing as a free lunch, right?
You got it. VPN providers, whether free or paid, have costs associated with running their services.
Right.
They need servers, bandwidth, security protocols, and staff to keep things running smoothly.
Okay.
So if they're not charging you a subscription fee, how are they keeping the lights on?
All right, spill the tea. How do free VPNs actually make money?
Well, one common way is by collecting and selling user data to third parties.
Wait, hold on. I thought the whole point of using a VPN was to protect my privacy.
Right.
So they're offering me this tool to be more anonymous online, but then they turn around and sell my information.
That's the irony, and it's a practice that's more common than you might think.
Seriously.
This data is valuable for targeted advertising, market research, and all sorts of other purposes.
Okay, so that's already a bit of a red flag. What other ways do free VPNs generate revenue?
Another common tactic is injecting ads into your browsing experience.
Oh, man.
You might see pop-ups, banner ads, or even video ads that interrupt your browsing.
Oh, those are the worst.
This can be annoying and intrusive, and it definitely defeats the purpose of trying to have a private and secure online experience.
Ugh, I hate those intrusive ads. It's like they're following you everywhere you go online.
It can feel that way.
So data harvesting and annoying ads. What other surprises are lurking in the world of free VPNs?
Well, some free VPNs might limit your data usage to encourage you to upgrade to a paid plan. They might give you a small amount of data per day or per month, and once you hit that limit, you either have to stop using the VPN or pay for more data.
So it's like a try before you buy situation, but with your online security hanging in the balance.
Exactly. They're hoping to hook you with the free service and then make you feel like you need to pay for the full experience.
Okay, so we've talked about the ways free VPNs can compromise your privacy and limit your usage.
Right.
But what about the actual security of these services? Are they really keeping your data safe?
That's a crucial question, and unfortunately the answer isn't always straightforward.
Okay.
Maintaining a secure and reliable VPN infrastructure is expensive. It requires top-notch encryption, regular server maintenance, and constant updates to stay ahead of potential threats.
So if they're giving away the service for free and making money through data collection and ads, are they cutting corners on security to maximize their profits?
That's a valid concern. Some free VPNs might not invest as much in security measures as their paid counterparts. They might use weaker encryption protocols or have vulnerabilities in their systems that could be exploited by hackers.
And that's a scary thought, because we're trusting these VPNs with our sensitive information, our passwords, our financial data, our online activity.
Absolutely, and you have to ask yourself, are you comfortable with that level of risk?
Right.
Especially when studies have shown some pretty alarming statistics about free VPNs.
Yeah, the research I've seen is pretty unsettling. For example, one study found that 38% of free Android VPN apps contain malware.
Oh, wow.
That's like inviting a thief into your home while you're trying to lock the front door.
It's a disturbing trend, and it highlights the importance of being cautious about which VPN you choose.
Another study found that a whopping 72% of free VPNs had tracking tools embedded in them.
Seriously.
So even if they're not outright selling your data, they might still be monitoring your activity and using that information for their own purposes.
And let's not forget about the potential for viruses and malware.
Oh,
A study focusing on popular free VPN apps on the Google Play Store found that 18% of them actually contain viruses and malware.
wow.
That's a significant risk,
Wow.
especially if you're using the VPN on your phone, which often contains a lot of personal and financial information.
Okay, this is all starting to sound pretty grim. So we've established that free VPNs might not be the privacy saviors they claim to be.
Definitely something to think about.
But what about the performance?
I've definitely experienced my share of buffering videos and slow loading times, even with paid VPNs. Is that a bigger issue with the free ones?
You bring up another important point, Michael. Even the best VPNs can sometimes slow down your internet connection a bit just by the nature of how they work.
Yeah.
Your traffic is being routed through an encrypted tunnel and potentially traveling through servers in different locations.
Right. But I've noticed that with some free VPNs, the performance issues can be much worse. Is that because they're skimping on infrastructure to save money? That's definitely part of it. Free VPNs typically have fewer servers and a much larger user base. This leads to overcrowding and can significantly slow down your connection speeds. Imagine a highway during rush hour with everyone trying to squeeze into the same lane.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a slow and frustrating ride.
That's a great analogy. So fewer servers and more users lead to slower speeds. What other performance-related pitfalls should we be aware of?
Some free VPN providers also engage in bandwidth throttling. This means they intentionally slow down your speeds to push you towards upgrading to a paid plan. It's like giving you a taste of a delicious meal but then making you pay extra for a full plate.
That's just cruel.
It's a common tactic they use to incentivize users to upgrade.
Oh.
And lastly, free VPNs usually have a more limited selection of server locations.
Okay.
This can be problematic if you're trying to access geo-blocked content, as you might not be able to find a server in the country you need.
So slow speeds, limited access data caps. It's starting to sound like free VPNs might actually cost you in the long run, even if you're not paying a subscription fee.
You're absolutely right. Let's think about the potential hidden costs here if your privacy is compromised because your free VPN is selling your data.
Right.
That could lead to targeted advertising that feels invasive, or even worse, identity theft or other serious problems.
Right. It's not just about annoying ads. It's about protecting your sensitive information and your digital identity.
Exactly. And if your free VPN has security vulnerabilities and you're exposed to malware,
Right.
that could damage your device, steal sensitive information, or even give hackers access to your accounts.
That's a nightmare scenario.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about the frustration and wasted time caused by slow internet speeds and limited access.
It's all part of the equation. The downsides of a free VPN might end up being more expensive than just paying for a reputable service.
Okay, so I'm starting to see the light here. Free VPNs might seem tempting, but they come with a lot of hidden costs and risks.
Yeah.
But don't worry, there are alternatives. We'll be back in just a minute to discuss some options that will give you peace of mind without breaking the bank.
Looking forward to it. That's
Yeah.
right. Just because you're prioritizing your online security doesn't mean you have to empty your wallet.
Okay, so what are our options? What's out there that strikes a good balance between cost and protection?
Well, one option that's become pretty popular is the freemium VPN model.
Freemium. I've definitely seen that term floating around. Break it down for us. What does that actually mean?
Think of it as a try before you buy approach to VPNs. You get a basic version of the service for free, but with certain limitations.
So it's like a sampler platter of online security, a little taste to see if you like it before committing to the full meal deal.
Exactly. A freemium VPN might give you a limited amount of data per month, restrict your access to certain servers, or throttle your speeds. It's a way to test the waters and see if the VPN meets your needs.
Makes sense. So freemium is a good option for dipping your toes in. But what if you're ready to dive head first into the world of online security? What about paid VPN services?
Paid VPNs are where you'll find the most comprehensive features and security. Since they're relying on subscription revenue, they're less likely to resort to data collection or other shady practices to make money.
Okay, that makes sense. So with paid VPNs, I'm essentially paying for peace of mind, knowing that my data is truly protected and my online experience will be smooth and secure.
That's the general idea. Paid VPNs invest heavily in their infrastructure and security protocols. You'll typically get unlimited data usage, a wide range of server locations to choose from, faster speeds, and access to advanced features that you won't find in free VPNs.
Like what kind of advanced features give us the juicy details?
One example is split tunneling. This lets you choose which apps or websites use the VPN connection and which ones use your regular internet connection.
Ooh, split tunneling. That sounds intriguing. So I could have my banking app and emails routed through the VPN for extra security while still letting Netflix stream directly from my regular connection for optimal speed, genius.
Exactly. It's all about having more control and flexibility over your online experience. Paid VPNs also often include features like ad blocking and malware protection for an added layer of security.
All right, so paid VPN seem like the way to go for serious security and a seamless online experience. But with so many options out there, how do we choose a good one? What should we be looking for?
That's a great question, Michael. There are definitely some key factors to consider when evaluating a VPN service. First and foremost, you want to look for a VPN with a strict no logs policy.
No logs, meaning they don't keep any records of my online activities, so even if they were asked to hand over data, they wouldn't have anything to give.
Precisely, a no logs policy is crucial for ensuring your privacy. You also want to make sure the VPN uses strong encryption. Look for AES 256 encryption, which is the gold standard in the industry. It's the same level of encryption used by governments and militaries worldwide, so you can rest assured that your data is virtually uncrackable.
Okay, so no logs and strong encryption. What else should we add to our VPN checklist?
The VPN server network is another important consideration. Look for a provider with a wide range of server locations in different countries. This gives you more options for bypassing geo-restrictions and finding a server with good speeds.
So more server locations generally means more flexibility and better performance.
Yep, and speaking of performance, you'll want to check for a VPN that's known for fast and reliable speeds. Look for providers that have consistently good reviews in terms of speed and uptime.
Totally agree. Slow internet is the ultimate buzzkill. What about customer support? Is that something to keep in mind?
Absolutely. If you ever run into any issues or have questions, you want to be able to reach a knowledgeable and responsive support team.
Makes sense. So it sounds like choosing a VPN is kind of like buying a car. You've got to do your research, consider your needs and budget, and find the one that best fits your lifestyle.
That's a great analogy, Michael. There's no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to VPNs. Think about how you plan to use the VPN, what features are most important to you, and how much you're willing to spend.
Okay, this has been super informative. So we've talked about freemium VPNs and paid VPNs, but are there any specific providers that you recommend, any standout stars in the world of VPNs?
Of course, Michael. There are a lot of great VPNs out there, but a few that consistently stand out in terms of security performance and features are Proton VPN, Atlas VPN, and HideMe VPN. These are all reputable providers with strong track records.
Okay, those are some great starting points. Any other recommendations?
If you're looking for more advanced features or specific use cases, there are some other excellent options to consider.
Like what? Give us the inside scoop.
Well, if you're willing to invest a bit more, Surfshark ExpressVPN, CyberGhost, and private internet access are all top-tier choices.
Okay.
They offer a wide range of servers, robust security features, and excellent customer support. And if you're looking for a VPN that's specifically good for torrenting,
Right.
PrivateOVPN and Windscribe are worth checking out. They offer specialized servers and features that are optimized for peer-to-peer file sharing.
Wow, that's a lot of great information. Thanks for breaking it all down for us. I think it sounds like choosing a VPN is a bit like choosing a superhero sidekick. You want one that's reliable, trustworthy, and has your back in any situation.
That's a great way to put it. A VPN can be a powerful tool for protecting your online privacy and security. But like any tool, it's important to choose the right one for the job and to use it wisely.
And speaking of using it wisely, as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of VPNs, I think it's important to step back and think about the bigger picture of online privacy. It's not just about choosing the right VPN. It's about being mindful of our digital footprint and taking steps to protect our personal information.
Absolutely. In today's digital age, our personal information is constantly being collected and shared. It's more important than ever to be proactive about safeguarding our privacy online.
It's like we're all walking around with these invisible digital trails following us everywhere we go online. And in the wrong hands, that information can be used for all sorts of things that we might not be comfortable with.
Exactly. It's not just about hiding something. It's about having control over our own data and who has access to it.
So choosing a VPN is just one piece of the puzzle. What are some other things we can do to protect ourselves online? Give us some actionable tips.
One simple but effective step is to be mindful of the information we share online. Think twice before posting personal details on social media or filling out online forms that ask for more information than necessary.
Right, like the old saying, better safe than sorry.
Another important tip is to use strong and unique passwords for all of our online accounts and enable two-factor authentication whenever possible.
Right.
This adds an extra layer of security, making it much harder for hackers to gain access to our accounts.
So strong passwords, two-factor authentication. Got it. What else keep those tips coming?
Keeping our software up to date is crucial. Software updates often include security patches that fix vulnerabilities that could be exploited by hackers.
Yeah.
So make sure you're regularly updating your operating system web browser and other software on all your devices.
All right, so update, update, update. It's like giving our digital lives a regular checkup.
Exactly. And lastly, be cautious about the links we click on and the emails we open.
Okay.
Phishing scams are becoming increasingly sophisticated, so it's important to be vigilant and not fall for these tricks.
So be wary of suspicious emails and links. Don't click on anything that looks fishy.
Right. Remember, when it comes to online security, a little bit of caution can go a long way.
Well, I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about today. Any final words of wisdom?
Just this: when it comes to our online privacy and security, knowledge is power. The more we understand about the potential risks and how to protect ourselves, the better equipped we'll be to navigate the digital world safely and confidently.
Well said. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us. It's been an enlightening journey into the world of VPNs and online privacy.
It was my pleasure. I always enjoy these conversations.
And that's a wrap on another episode of the AnzenGuard podcast. I'm your host, Michael Reynolds.
And I'm Laura Wilson.
Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and leave us a review. We really appreciate your support. And be sure to share this episode with your friends and family, because everyone deserves to be safe and secure online.
Until next time, stay safe and stay informed.
And remember,
AnzenGuard